Everybody trains so hard, like from January until what was that, the middle of March?
Yeah.
So that was like a hard, good 3 months. Everybody was training pretty much every day, and you could just tell like the training was different than what it sometimes is. Like Arnold's always pretty tough, but you could tell that heading into Pans from January, I noticed January to March was like a different level. Everybody was going hard.
Absolutely. So, like, Pan's one of the biggest tournaments in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So, like, and Kirk does a great job of leveling up our training leading up to major competitions like that.
Yeah.
So, it was the same like last year when we had 5 people do Pans. We did the same thing. We ramped up, and it was a hard training block for that period. And this year was the same way, but it was great.
Yeah. No, I like I didn't compete in Pans, and I don't know if I ever will. But it's fun to be a part of because it's just like it's a different level, and to see everybody coming in every day, putting in the time and the dedication, and just to see like a kind of a small gym and outside of St. Louis, like that many people that are really dedicated to trying to win, because jiu-jitsu isn't like a a sport that pays a bunch of money. So it's kind of like it's strictly just dedication,
Yeah, like you said, like we're a very small gym.
Yeah.
Like at most on a good night we have 30 people on the mat.
Right, and that's good.
That's a very good night. And with the amount of concentration, like we compete very well. All of us compete very well when we do compete.
Yeah.
For a small gym, we do I think the best out of St. Louis.
Yeah, and like that gym is just so much harder than a lot of the other places I've trained at. Like it's just the way Kirk sets up the class and just like the pace, and it's not like it's just a couple of people that train hard. It's everybody.
I've been to most gyms in St. Louis.
Yeah,
and there's a reason. Like I live in North St. Louis County.
Yeah,
I drive 35 minutes to go to Arnold every day.
Damn.
Because training is that much better there. I think so. And like I'm a competitor. I want to compete. I want to win. That is my goal in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I have to go to the place where that will allow me to do that.
It's kind of weird how there are a lot of people who in our gym are competitors and are like, I would say, I don't want to really say hobbyists. I don't, like, not everybody competes all the time, but I feel like pretty much everyone that's there on a consistent basis could win a tournament or could go out and compete well in a tournament. Like, they're that good and we train that hard. But, like, Kirk's just so laid back and doesn't even, like, really, he's not like, hey, if you're going to train in my gym, you have to be doing this.
No,
he does not care.
One of my favorite things about Kirk is even his promotions are based off whatever your goals are.
Right.
So if you're 40, have 2 kids, can only come twice a week, whatever your goals are based on, whether it's just getting better, just showing up whenever you can, trying to do this move, versus mine, who I want to compete, I want to be a world champion. Like, we will be promoted the same way based on our goals.
No, I love that place. Like, it's like my little home away from home. And I trained at another affiliate gym for a long time, and I really, really liked jiu-jitsu. And I've been to a bunch of other gyms, but like it's just I don't know what it is about Arnold. That's like home.
I get it. I get it. I started jiu-jitsu at St. Charles MMA.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed it there.
Yeah, that's a great gym.
I love if you're an MMA fighter, you should absolutely go to St. Charles MMA. Like it is the best gym for MMA in St. Louis. Like I said, I've been to every gym in St. Louis, and I can't complain. But
jiu-jitsu's in St. Louis, like not shitting on anybody. If you're into jiu-jitsu and you live in the St. Louis area, like that's a good place. You're in a good place.
Yeah.
There's a lot of. It doesn't really matter what gym you go to. Everybody's pretty solid.
Yeah, there's tough people everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's competing. There's good coaches, good guidance for all skill levels. Like if you're just somebody that wants to just chill and just do a little bit of it, and not really go full fledged. There's every gym has a little spot for you.
Yeah, that's something I've really liked that we've grown it into more. It's like when we were in the basement, you were there for that, right?
Yeah.
So the basement was a lot of just like competition training. It was always super hard and it always sucked.
That was how I got turned on to that's how I found out about it, because Tyler King had come through Sullivan, which I've known Tyler King forever.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get him on the podcast, but he's a busy guy. He's crazy. But anyway, back in like 2020 maybe, it was like I think it was summer of 2020, I ran into him. And he was like, dude, he's like, if you want to get your fucking ass beat, like, go to Arnold. And I'm like, I don't know, never heard of that place. And he's like, oh, it's a boggy gym. I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool. So I go down there, and, like, it did not disappoint. I was like, everybody was fucking me up.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I went there the first time, leading up to Pans the first time, I threw up twice my first night there.
Yeah, that was the first time at jiu-jitsu where I was like, whoa, I think I'm going to puke.
And the worst thing was, Kirk was even like, okay, competition training's about to start. If you want to leave, you can.
I left an hour early, and everybody was still going.
But I stayed, and we were doing burpees for another hour and rolling, and it was terrible.